Well, welcome to the SJPW Podcast. Happy New Year. This time of the year, people like to set up New Year's resolutions. So I did a little Googling on the interweb and found some tweets that we found were somewhat funny. But we're going to go through that. And Brandon, why don't you kick us off?
Allison says, my New Year's resolution is to be more patient. I hope I accomplish this as fast as possible. So good luck, Allison, with your patience.
Sarah Beth says, oops, forgot to work out yesterday and today. Looks like my New Year's resolution will have to wait until next year. Good luck, Sarah Beth.
And that's not my wife, Sarah Beth. She doesn't tweet. She's not a Twitterer. David says, my New Year's resolution is going to be to not sit in my car for an extra 5 minutes on my phone right after I park anywhere. Yeah. I get that.
We could both probably use some help in that. Megan says, my year's resolution is to be more assertive, if that's okay with you guys. Good luck,
Good
Megan.
start.
Bad start.
Ari Scott says, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions because you can start a healthy habit and give it up 3 days later any time of the year. July resolution.
Ellie says, my New Year's resolution is to have healthier thought patterns because as of right now, someone can text me okay instead of okay, exclamation point. And I'll be in my head assuming they hate me and are praying for my untimely demise.
Like somebody says, hey, I'm on my way. And you reply, okay, exclamation point. And they're like, I'm excited to see you.
But if they just say, okay.
They're like, no, you kind of want me to die. My resolution from Angela is to eat more bacon and drink more whiskey.
Oh, save
Angela,
file.
I like it.
Bronze says, my New Year's resolution is to stop typing LOL after every sentence. LOL. Not a good start.
That's terrible. Snow Lion says, New Year's resolution, exercise, my right to eat more tacos. So he has exercise more, and then parentheses, my right to eat tacos.
I love me some tacos. Sassy says, my New Year's resolution is to love myself like Kanye loves himself and believe in myself like Kanye believes in himself. Now that's just mean. It's just rude.
Rain Wilson, who is Dwight from The Office, says, my New Year's resolution is to spend less time interacting with people and more time with my phone. Doing pretty well so far. So,
good luck.
Good luck, Rain.
All right, that is the New Year's resolution tweets, and now to the podcast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm Brandon Wilhelm, development agent for Northern Illinois, a lot of Wisconsin. This is Mike Lentini, our Chief Operating Officer.
Yeah.
I got to get used to that new title. Our topics today are what to expect in February, the national advertising changes, and protecting your profits during the slower months of the winter. First off, Mike is going to talk to us about February. What's going on in February?
Yeah, so just a couple of things to give you a heads up on it are coming in February. In February, actually, we're probably starting here in January, but we are going to have by the end of February, we'll be done with speed oven testing. So franchisees, you can go ahead and do this yourself. If you have any questions on it, you can contact your field consultant, or if you prefer your field consultants, they can come in and do the tests as well. But by the end of February, we need to have all speed ovens tested because we'll be rolling out a speed oven update in March. So this is just our way of preparing for that. And then in February as well, we will be at the very end of February, we'll be kicking off the in-restaurant Window 2 launch, which means that we are going to be hosting more than 18 training workshops to prep you and your team for Window 2. So just want to give you a heads up on that. Please look for the communication from Michelle Fay on where those training locations are going to be. And we hope that we get a chance to host you and or your manager. So that's topic number one. Topic number two, had some huge news from Subway. It was released this week, right?
Came out.
And so it has to do with advertising. So Brandon, why don't you kind of speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it was Friday of last week. We had a video posted to the feed with our new CEO, John Chidsey, and Carrie Walsh, our new Chief Marketing Officer, and Trevor Haynes, the President of North America, talking about some changes with our advertising. And we've had to make some bold moves. The company has really had to make some big changes in order to get our voice back. We've been saying for years, it seems like our national voice, our presence, our ads are not as visible as they used to be. Well, Carrie has really dug into that to see what the problems were. And it looks like over the past 6 years, our total voice on video has fallen by about 50%, and our traffic has fallen as well. So some big drastic moves need to be changed. I am hopeful that this is going to get our advertising in the right direction and help build our traffic. There's obviously some mixed feelings on this because our local boards and our local agencies that we've had relationships for a long time, those are changing dramatically. And some of our good friends and agencies that we have worked with for a long time, we're not going to be working with anymore. So there are some, there's some things that hurt about losing those kind of relationships that we've had for a long time. But we have to do something different. We have to change the way that we are getting our message out to our customers. And when we see the data and see that our message has gotten 50% quieter over the last 6-7 years, that's just not something that we can accept. So obviously there's a big change in that national will be taking over 95% of the advertising funds and directing the purchases of those, and our local boards and agencies won't have the same role as they used to have. So we still are going to have local engagement at the local level, sponsorships, those sort of things that we'll have to decide on. Not quite sure what that format is going to look like just yet, but we'll be involved in that process as well. But hopefully we'll be bigger and louder in 2020. They're calling this the new Roaring 20s, hopefully for Subway, that we're starting off on the right foot. The last topic, Mike is going to talk a little bit about what we do in our slower times of the year. We have to make some adjustments to schedules and that sort of thing to protect profits during the wintertime.
Yeah, absolutely. I just last week and over the weekend found myself looking at my schedule, 10 or 15 times by 5 p.m. and just made me think that is something we want to just share with you today on the podcast. And so during the winter months, primarily when we get a lot of snow, a lot of ice, we need to make sure that we are scheduling appropriately, but also safely. And so a day you can schedule and see that your labor is going to be at 23%, and we get a little bit of snow, that 23% quickly goes up to 50% or north. And so one tool that is incredibly helpful to determine can you call someone off early, bring someone in later, or do you even need that third person is Live IQ Labor. Live IQ Labor has been just a huge asset for us as owners and helps us have conversations with our manager and helping making that decision to appropriately but always safely schedule. And so we are not in a bad area of town by any means, but we always schedule 2 people and close with, like many of you guys do. So I want to encourage you not to neglect safety to protect profits, but there's some other ways that you can do that during the day by, like I said, bringing someone in later, sending them home earlier. And Live IQ is incredibly helpful in making those decisions. If you want more information on Live IQ Labor, all you need to do is reach out to your field consultant if you have questions on that. Many of you are already using it, but if you're not, if you have questions, reach out to them. We can at least get the ball rolling and help you out in that area. Also, during slower times, we're in a slower season, great opportunity to pull out those deep cleaning lists. And so I'm going to attach a couple of those back in the email at which you clicked to listen to this podcast. And so I encourage you to go through those. And then finally, when it comes to slower seasons, bad weather, of course, there could be the opportunity for some closures. We want to make sure that you handle that correctly. And so when it comes to closures, we want you to let your field consultant know We also need to make sure that hours in remote ordering are up to date so that if the store closes, you don't have someone placing an order and expecting to come pick it up. You can do that in the Subway Catering admin site by just creating a holiday for the hours that you're being closed. And then if you're on third-party delivery, any vendor, you can do this from their tablet that you have in the store, or you can do it from their admin site, whether it's with Uber, Grubhub, Postmates, or DoorDash, and then do the exact same thing, a temporary store closing. And so for us, we've got obviously remote ordering, 2 vendors, and this takes me about a total of 7 minutes to go in real quickly and temporarily close a store digitally as well as physically when we run into this.
And this is not something like we're not in the business of closing our stores if it's raining or snowing or something like that, right? This is for extreme weather impacts. Even last year during the polar vortex, we opened our store. We opened 2 hours late that morning, right? When it was cold, because it was cold, right? But we're paying for heat, we're paying for rent, we're paying for other bills, and our employees want to get paid. So it was a slower day, but we were able to manage labor and get some people in there so that they could earn their paycheck. And we served some sandwiches and didn't lose money, but we wanted to make sure that that our presence is still there. You know? But so we've got these are extreme weather type things. If it's absolutely dangerous to have where you got to send people home because we're about to have a terrible blizzard and that sort of thing, then those are the decisions you guys have to make to protect your people. But this isn't just isn't just something we do. It's going to be pretty slow today because it's cold and rainy or something. So that's not the thing. This is for extreme weather, and protect your people and make sure that people are safe.
Well said.
Finally, wrap things up here. We've got the winter meetings, or the BDALC and the MUO meetings. I believe are open up to anybody now, right? That's in the first week of March in Orlando, Florida. So if you are planning on attending, please let the office know. Send Renee an email, something like that. We will try to connect with you when we are there. We will be out there Wednesday through Saturday. So anyway, there should be a lot of new information. Get to meet some of the new leadership out there in early March. I have met some of our new leadership. Met John and Carrie last week, and Robin from marketing. And I'm impressed. So I think you guys would be too. So this would be a good opportunity to do that. And obviously early March, sometimes our weather here isn't that great, so might as well get to Florida for a few days and write off a trip, right? So, but if not, we will also have our road shows in April. That was similar to what we did last year. Be more like 2-3 hour meetings as opposed to an all-day meeting, where we're gonna get you guys that information to areas that are convenient to you and locations that are convenient to you. So we look forward to doing that if we don't get to connect in Florida in March. So.
So this is the time that we go to our franchisees, like Brandon said. So we're going to, we used to call it our major markets, but we would have one conveniently located in each of those major markets, so to speak.
Right. Hope you guys are having a happy new year. Hope we have that your resolutions are going well so far. If you've decided to make any.
Yep, absolutely. Happy New Year, guys. We'll see you next month. Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Subway JPW Podcast, a creative approach to communication designed to keep you informed, connected, and equipped. To receive notifications when new episodes are available, select subscribe below. Thanks for all you do, and continue to create great.